He tried ringing me up for him, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, in your bag, ma'am? And I'm like, yeah. Don't people have other snacks? And I'm getting drinks. And I told her that I wasn't going to pay for something that I didn't get there. And so she kicked me out of the store. And then the guy said, I tried buying cigarettes one time. So they said, okay, roll up the cameras back. I'll wait. Do I need to call the cops? Or do you? I'll wait. I know I didn't do that. He covered her and was like, oh, the cameras aren't working. Yeah, right. Her face was glued to that camera. She wanted to see if I was still.
Well, there's one guy here, his egg, and he did steal something from over at Safeway, and he brought it out and gave it to me. And after he gave it to me, that's when he told me that he stole it. Now, he probably shouldn't have done that, because I'm one of them honest egg type of idiots. So the first thing I did is walk back in there with what he just gave me and told me he stole. And I said, I know this probably ain't what I'm supposed to do, and I hope you don't call the cops and have me arrested, but I don't feel comfortable having something that somebody told me is stolen. And they were real nice to me about it. Matter of fact, that redheaded lady. You have to. It's $3,200 a month average rent here. If you're broke, you're broke. And then when you're out here with a lot of other addicts, even as an addict, it's hard to make ends meet. Do what?
I don't feel for addiction, but I don't know. I'm open to it.
There's a lot of people here that don't intentionally screw people over theirs, but the thing is, there's a big difference between you and the people who harm me.
I'm constantly around or in a situation that I could either take somebody's money, wallet, drugs, all of it, and I don't, and they would have no idea. I don't know why I don't do it.
Oh,
when they would do it to me.
When you asked me if I had a jacket, you asked. You didn't come up and steal it while
I
I
know
was in
Cody
the store.
has it at the Tillamook Apartments, and he is a weirdo.
God, I'm used to them. I get called a weirdo a lot, but I
He
also
told me that I
expose
could stay
child
the night there,
molesters and shit.
and so I did. And he reminded me of my little sisters, like if his eyes in a part of him, not him. And all of a sudden, I got this crazy case of narcolepsy, and I couldn't stay awake for the life of me. And
Ugh.
all the lights were turned off, and he was dry humping the shit out of me. So no, I haven't got your jacket.
I don't give a shit about the jacket. I don't want you getting dry humped by a fucking chihuahua in your sleep. That ain't cool. You know, one time, this woman, it was her first time being homeless in Boulder, Colorado. And she wanted to make sure, because she was afraid of guys. She heard all those rumors about how we're all horrible. So she picked a squat about 30, 35 feet or so from where I sleep. It was far enough that I could hear her if somebody messed with her, which probably not going to happen her first night out, but it could. So I explained to her, you know, I really sleep alone, so I'm used to sleeping by myself, but if you scream, I'm close enough to hear you. So about 2 o'clock in the morning, there's something fishing around in my trousers. Now I've never had a girlfriend, okay? So people don't grab my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm thinking squirrel or raccoon, all right? Whatever it is that's fishing around for my nuts, I'm not expecting it to be one of her nasty cockbeaters. So what ended up happening is I rolled to get away from the squirrel or raccoon or whatever it was. Well, it was her hand down my pants. Her wrist got stuck on my belt and it broke. I'm like, you see, now that's why you don't go rooting around in somebody's trousers while they're passed out. So what was it that you needed?
I wanted to there. I can see a card.
All right, what did you need?
I want a crayon, grape juice. I'm craving grape juice for some reason. And I want a milkshake, like the ones you make.
The for real ones?
The blended ones.
Yeah, the ones in the machine, and then you buy it, and then you put it under the thing, and it turns it. I've never actually gotten one of those because they didn't come out with those until after I got my wrist screwed up, and it's difficult for me to hold things. But I could try.
I'm trying to think if I want a vanilla one. Yeah. food and then I keep be like, no, I'm sick. I need to find some water. Waited too long.
Yeah, getting well sucks. For me, I got lucky. It was alcohol.
I can't drink right now. I take a sip. That's it.
Well, when people end up with narcolepsy when they don't usually have narcolepsy, that usually means.
His pocket and I found a bag that looked like powder, but it was too soft to be powder. And I did a little bit, and it was really dry.
Give me a second to make sure my noodles don't go soft, and I'll run in there for you.
What?
I said, just give me a minute to munch this real quick so my noodles don't get soft, and I'll run in there for you.
Oh, you're fine. I have a friend that lives right over there. I saw her earlier. While you eat, I'm gonna go see if she's home.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Mm. A lot of the people out here that mess with the blues, they don't really like food, but they really love ice cream. It seems to be very common, not just here. Same thing in Hood River, same thing in the Dalles. Mm. Mm. Don't look like your friend answered. I think she's coming right back. see. Mm. Mm. Mm.
I'll be over here when you're ready.
Yes, ma'am.
What's up, partner?
Mm. All right, I'm gonna go mug somebody for a cigarette. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and get you your food real quick.
Here.
Cigarette?
No, I just didn't go in there because of
Oh, you're good. I'll get one. I just pick up the snipes and roll them into another cigarette. I got rolling papers in the car. All right, you wanted cranberry grape?
Yeah, you have to take my card.
Okay.
Cran grape and then a milkshake, I guess. Ooh, a monster sounds good. Everything sounds good. So I want cran grape, and then I will take one of those milkshakes. And can you make it vanilla and then get a chocolate like cupcake that I could put in it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I've never used the machine over there for one of these. Can you come in and use it? Cool. Thanks. Yes, please. You were right. Your code did work. 1187, right? I'm so close that my eyes are brown. Did everything work?
Yes.
I remembered your code, so I was
Did
able
you
to
blend
get that
this?
in. I certainly did. I had the lady show me so I wouldn't fuck it up, and I brought you a card back.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
You could have got yourself something.
Yeah, I could have. I had my own food stamp card, which is what I did right before you showed up. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. If I'm needy, I don't mind saying something, although I do have, you know, guys aren't supposed to be needy.
Why not?
Because it's looked down upon and frowned upon by society. We're supposed to be the mighty protectors. We're supposed to wipe our own asses and wipe anybody else's ass who needs it. Which is just weird.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. The hell is my phone number? Christ. Garbage. Well, I figured I'd give her my phone number in case anybody else tries pulling any nasty shit on her. It happens. She's gone already, and it happens. I don't see you over here. You doing alright tonight?
Yup.
Alright. I'll leave you to it then.
What?
I said, well, I'll leave you to it then.
Okay.
Oh. Holy shit, it's menthol. Ugh.
Oh, Lord.
Do what?
beers? Yeah, buddy. What up, bro? Are you okay?
Do what?
Are you alright?
No, but I ain't.
Why aren't you alright? What's wrong?
Lots of physical pain, not enough sleep, lack of friends.
You can go over here. Bag this size for a week.
You want a bigger bag to put the cakes in?
Actually, I got one right here.
Alright.
To be honest, I don't even know where I can take it.
Or something by the library. Come get me in the morning, come and get me up before somebody else does. Anyway,
Oh, your machine's broke. Should they get down or what?
oh, they fixed it again.
Oh, did they?
They fixed it. Yeah, they probably have to fix it 2-3 times a day. It worked for about 2 days. They actually have to work on it for 2 days. So I got oh, it was broke today. Somebody wanted to go in and talk with the staff. So they couldn't go in. My lady that was here earlier, her name was Courtney. She was Courtney. She said she had a guy that was doing no good stuff for her. So I think I give her my phone number. She got somebody to call in case of emergency. You don't touch people that are sleeping kind of stuff.
Yeah, I used to be like, yeah, I'm guilty of that. My wife and stuff. But it's still wrong. It's not right.
A lot of times people aren't going to turn somebody in.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever it is stuff. told Jen that, I got another hoodie and I got myself my blanket back at her house. I may sound like I'm irritated or something. I'm weary of everybody. So, yeah, what I've learned is like I said, I talked to her across the block for one. Across the street from don't know how we were made, so it has to be so much smarter because it does. So that's God, the creator. I'm not trying to be smart or wise or anything like that.
You know, I've been accused of being both smart and wise, but both of those were followed by the word ass. A wise ass and a smart ass. Oh. Oh. Oh, you don't? I said you don't. I'm not real big on the religious speech stuff, but I also understand, depending on where it's coming from, it might be worth listening to.
Yeah, that's cool. I appreciate that.
There's a lot of people that feed me their religion, but they show me they don't have any belief in anything other than manipulating people.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Good point. I know. I've done that too. I'm guilty of that. Not to manipulate. Back before I found out, before I actually got religious, when I was on the run, I was down in Phoenix, and I would sort of use the Lord thing as a way to get stuff, panhandle, and you know what I mean. Actually, man, it's a sin. I confess that as a sin right now.
I do the same thing, professing by mouth, because that's what it says to do.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I confess Jesus Christ, the Messiah, Yeshua, Emmanuel, Joshua, Yeshua, you know, our Savior, the King.
Yahweh, El Shaddai.
Yahweh is God, the Father. Elohim, I am that I am.
Now that's God's name.
Adonai,
I am that I am.
Alpha, Omega, the beginning and the end, first and last. Yeah.
Matter of fact, that
My
was
Lord and
something
Savior, and the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, man.
I've
Guide
had
you in all truth.
long conversations about Popeye the Sailor Man because of the I am what I am.
Yeah, right. You and me have chatted once before. I think I tried talking with you about the Lord, and you weren't much into it that night. I think you were talking about missing people, or what were you talking about? I don't remember.
Finding missing people and a few extra dead bodies that have piled up along the way.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's right. I'm sorry, I didn't touch your car.
Oh, you're good.
I gotta go in and get a soda real quick.
Hey, you better not touch my brand new Maserati. You burnt my paint job.
Maserati, this is Honda, isn't it? Is it Honda?
Oh wait, we're in reality again. Fuck.
Yeah.
I thought we were playing Mickey Mouse and fantasy
You were
and
being
whatnot.
a smart ass, and I fucking, it was over my head.
You're good.
You got me on that one. Do you mind if I buy a cigarette off you or something?
I literally just had to roll this one out of snipes that I picked up out of the
Oh, really?
parking lot here. Yep.
Would
If
you
you can
mind if I
find
had
some
a drag?
snipes, I can get. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely, positively.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a good idea with cardboard.
Yeah, it helps to conserve it. Otherwise, I get like that much
Mouthful.
left, and I'm
Yeah.
sucking it into
Oh,
my
that's
throat, and then I'm also burning my fingers. So,
Getting all brown.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, would you keep an eye on my bike right here?
Mhm.
Yes. I'm gonna go grab a Mountain Dew.
Yep. All right. Well, make it fast. While you're in there, I'm gonna steal all that stuff, tie it to my vehicle. I'm just fucking with you. You don't gotta rush. You're all right.
Tillamook.
It's a lot of boring, hurrying up and waiting. Maybe if you look out for others, maybe they'll look out for you. Maybe they won't. I gotta check my engine oil real quick. Professing by mouth. Even if you're a drug addict, that gives you more credit, more clout with your religion than any preacher I know. What have the preachers that I have met done in situations where people are being harmed? They've done what a used car salesman does. Try to dig his way out of any responsibility. Do what? No, you just have a scab. Unless you scratched it off.
You got a lot of scabs, bro.
Yeah, I got lit on fire the other day.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh Lord. Oh shoot.
I think I did more damage to myself trying to do the stop, drop, and roll than I did actually getting lit on fire.
Yeah.
Stabbed
Oh, you
myself
did
in the
stop,
head
drop,
with
and roll?
sticks. I did.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
the whole left
How
side
much
of me
you
was
were
on
for?
fire.
Was it?
Yeah, he threw a whole
Sorry.
can or a whole cup full of gasoline on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it drenched the whole left side of me almost.
That sucks, bro. That's mean.
It is mean.
That's not cool, man.
On the bright side, there's a guy in town who knows who they are.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll help me turn it in, but he might might go have a talk with their parents.
Right. Oh, they were youngsters.
Yeah. Well, I get to deal with some of the youngsters and some of the older people. There's a guy, Andrew Wolnez, was screaming at me, calling me a pedophile and a rapist and saying I was fucking around with kids. I'm like, no, I recorded kids bullying homeless people. Big fucking difference. That don't make me a pedophile.
Yeah. Yeah, the world's understanding of homeless people is messed up.
Shit, I'm sick and tired of addicts in houses treating every hobo like they're a fucking addict.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sick and tired of the people that I'm supposed to go to in the government that are getting paid our taxpayer dollars to help us. I'm tired of them sending me to people that they know are drug addicts.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. There's a lot going on, man. It's unfortunate when we have a government that keeps our streets well equipped with dope.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then arrest us and charge us, fine us for it. You know what I mean? And then tells us we're pieces of shit, you know? And we can't get jobs if we're junkies.
Can't get housing if you're
Snatches
junkies.
up the homeless, and then when they run out of homeless people, raise housing prices to push more onto the streets.
Hey, only 81% of
So
those
they have more people to
incarcerated were
snatch
homeless
up
when they
because
were
of black
arrested.
market kidneys. For the rich people that can afford a black market kidney.
For the most part, they're just stealing people's blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girls under the age of 6 because you can
Not
fetch a
just
good
that.
price for them.
Not just that, but yeah. There's a lot of money on those ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
State of Colorado could make up to $1.5 million
They
off
are
of
wicked. They like
the
to
younger
have
she
fun
is.
with little children and yeah. Think of it. The only type of people that would snatch people up off the streets, man. Like
Those
don't
are
get
the
me
most
wrong,
vulnerable
there's
of
a few
our
strays
society.
here and there that have a sick mind and end up snatching people up. But generally, like I'm not talking about like the random prostitutes that get found at dumpsters. I'm talking about human trafficking.
Yeah.
Human trafficking, not pimping a couple.
The reality of what
the
human
real
trafficking
reality
actually
of a
is.
cargo shipment of, you know what I mean? and
Like
yeah,
San Diego with the
actual
Russians.
trade of it, not a couple pimps or fucking a random junkie once in a while kidnapping a woman and
Kind of like the
doesn't
cops knowing that all the
after he
drugs
rapes
on
her.
the streets are coming from people in houses, but they don't paint all people in houses as drug dealers. They just paint all junkies on the streets as dealers. As if it's a whole bunch of people on the streets manufacturing the dope.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now here's the thing that I ended up finding out. Not finding out, I was shocked, alright? There's no way I was smart enough to look it up, bump into it, nothing. It does. That's why I was saying earlier, if you accept Christ into your life as Lord and Savior and believe, he said he will send you a helper and he will guide you into the truth. I said a prayer in a prison cell. The next day, somebody slipped a verse under my cell door. Ain't nobody heard me pray. You know what I mean? There's no other
You don't do it for
there's no other
attention.
scripture that was put under. I've done a lot of time. I've never had it happen before doing time. And the night after I prayed, you know what I mean? And I prayed a serious prayer, you know what I mean? I was admitting my bullshit that I've done. Told him I didn't even know if I told him I wanted to change and I was finally ready. You know what I mean? Like, no lying, no cheating, no, love your God.
Well, that makes you more real than any preacher I ever met.
You know what I mean? And that's what I told God, and I told him I thought was going on. I also told him, I don't think I'll ever even seriously know how to read your book. You know what I mean? Take the time to actually read it.
When somebody's an addict,
The next day, a piece of paper was sit under my door with a verse on it. It was Jeremiah 29:11. It said, I know the thoughts that I have for you, not thoughts of evil, but thoughts of hope, thoughts of peace, thoughts for a future, right?
and that's what keeps people from killing themselves is hope.
What? Yeah. Wait, what?
That's what keeps people from killing themselves is hope.
Yeah.
A lot of people out here, when I talk about the drug addictions, they want to think that I'm talking trash on them or that I hate drug addicts. No, I still help them out.
Yeah.
I just know that even if they want to help,
Yeah.
their mind is in another place.
Yes.
Their mind is either on, hey, I'm fucked up and I want to enjoy it, or I'm coming down, I need to get more.
Yeah, right.
And it's not that they have bad intentions to begin with. It's that, if they tell you they're going to meet you at 9 o'clock.
Doing bad shit, getting it, and then being around people doing other shit that they slowly get used to.
They promise they'll help you at 9 o'clock, but then they're up until 6:30 in the morning doing dope at some dude's house that's got mental issues, and they don't see it as taking advantage of them. They see it as, hey, it's a place to get warm and do your dope without getting busted.
Thank you. I'm so guilty of that. Thank you. Another sin confession. I confess to you in the name of Jesus Christ, my Savior. I confess that I've done that. I'm guilty of that several times. On a lot of people, man. Not all just mentally ill. On a lot of people, man. I didn't fully see it like that at the time. You know what I mean? Oh, that's your window thing flopping.
Yeah, that's one of the things with me is that I see that man, before it happens.
Shit, bro. I was wicked, man. I don't like it. I was trying to change so hard. I still do. I still catch myself doing stuff like that from time to time. Trying to get, ever since I got on this powder fentanyl about 4 weeks ago.
Damn, that's a hard one.
What?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Christian who was here, a black feller, and
I know Christian. I've known him for a long time. I grew up with him. I've
heard two different stories about what happened to him. One person, Tiffany and Charlie, they drive around in the black spray painted Honda.
Oh yeah, not
Charlie. Pun. Well, they told me
unless his real name is Charlie and his nickname is Pun, that could be.
It could be. But he told me that they took Christian to Salem to the mental institution. But I've had two other people that told me that they picked Christian up and were taking him to the hospital, and he died on the way to the hospital. I haven't seen him, and I've seen him since, and I don't know his last name to look it up.
about that.
You're allowed. I do.
That's some good stuff.
Oh, hell yes.
Just so you know, heaven and hell's real.
Do what?
Just so you know, heaven and hell's real. I promise you, I will not lie to you. Jesus Christ, Yahweh, devil, all of it. I didn't know until 2 years ago.
Well, the devil ain't evil. The devil's got a job to do.
He does. Doesn't mean he's not greedy.
True that. Anything that the devil does, he does with God's blessing. If it wasn't with God's blessing, the devil wouldn't be allowed to do it. I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in organized religion because it's a way to manipulate people.
Yeah, I think people do a lot to it. Can I give you tobacco over there?
You certainly did. I'm rolling a cigarette with it now.
Yeah, you and me should hang out sometime.
My name is Sean Schwartz.
John Stevens.
Good to meet you, Mr. Stevens. I'm horrible with names, and I also move around a lot, so every time I move, I gotta try learning names one or two at a time.
Me too, and it happens a lot. I just moved back from there. Up there last week.
Bend?
Been in Oregon.
Yeah, I was up at Hood River in the Dalles, Oregon before I was here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, places I've been at keep on ending up on the news for exactly what I've been saying they're doing.
Yeah.
The Dalles, Oregon, the police, and all the other agencies that we're sent to there for help were sending us to a church that's being run like it's a prison yard.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the police won't do shit about it, and now they're trying to sue them.
I passed that church walking to it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Right across the street from it. Right across the street
Yep,
from it.
it's literally
It's
right
the
across the
fucking
street from the
Hells Angels, not
church.
the Hells Angels, the other biker club that I looked it up. And they went down in California back when they started, like, supposedly, and they tried to sign up with the Hells Angels, and it's written on the internet. The Hells Angels said no, yet they've been seen doing businesses with them ever since, and then stuff going on with the Reno chapter or something, you know what I mean?
And then Norteño activity up in Grants Pass is real bad. When you were talking about human trafficking,
Mm-hmm.
I know a couple of people who had their kids trafficked
That's
through
why I
Grants
came
Pass.
back, you know what I mean? They don't like it when you tell people the truth, and I was talking about it. I don't know if I was talking about it a little too much, but I got a lot of people following me.
Yeah. And see, some people, they talk about aliens and Sasquatch and stuff, and you can tell that it's nuts. But when somebody's telling you they were assaulted by a police officer, it's horrible that those people are treated the same as if they were to say that they were ass raped by an alien.
Yeah, right.
Police kill us all the time. Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to put this tobacco back.
I want you to feel better about touching my car. So you see this? This is a key. I could care less.
I figured. It's a respect thing. I'm working on my ways with the Lord.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, he's working his ways into me. I'm just trying to allow him. I'm bad like that. Not very good at it.
Well, I'm a scientist. People haven't been able to prove or disprove God to me, but I believe in the possibility of a God. Now, the reason that I read the Bible is the same reason I read Mein Kampf,
I want
because people manipulate with it.
I'm too tired tonight. I want to go lay down. I'm too tired tonight.
You're good.
I will see you in the morning. Is that all right?
You will.
Thank you. Yeah, I told you where I sleep in. The mini blue tent is small. Almost looks like a kid's tent. If you look over that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. If I forget, it's not that I don't like you.
Yeah.
It's that I have panic attacks real bad,
Okay.
and I might not be able to function for 2 or 3 days. But if you come and get a hold of me and
Yeah.
and you remind me, or as soon as I see your face, I'll
Will you be
remember.
around and in your car?
I certainly will.
Can I put that bag of cans in your car?
You can.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you end up spending it, just, whatever it was, pay me back half of that sometime or something. Try not to.
I know how it is.
It might be leaking a little bit. I don't know. It might be leaking a little bit.
We can strap to the top if you're that paranoid.
I know. I just don't want to,
Oh. Looks like it'll fit.
What?
I said it looks like it'll fit.
These are small cans.
All right.
This one's probably 4.
Oh, sorry about that. I should have actually opened it. It's actually open. It doesn't actually ever close.
Oh,
It's just in the back here.
you want me to lift it for you? Here's Patty.
Just put it on top of the pile in the back there.
All right.
Are you able to run the tickets in yourself?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I'm not too good.
Well, I'll probably start running the
Fine. You'll save the tickets though?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Boy, I figured I gotta live in this town. If I fuck you over, that's one strike. Difference between vengeance and safety. Here's the way I look at forgiveness. If I walk into a room and I see a man raping a child, it's not my fault that that man raped a child. However, if I say nothing, every time he rapes a child after that, it is my fault.
Yeah. So, human trafficking. I was in Arizona. Did I tell you about it?
A little bit.
I ran into a woman getting kidnapped the first night I was in Phoenix. So what happened was, here, the passing lanes down here, going down to Beaver, the passing lanes, I was coming from Cloverdale up to Tillamook, and I was dope sick on heroin. So I was coming up here to meet my dealer at the time. It's probably 5 years ago, right? So, cop and a Challenger, Charger, whatever it was, he was a stater. He pulled me over in the passing lanes. I pulled over, and he ran my ID card, I think. I didn't have a lot to put in my ID card. Came back to my car. He put his hands on the window. I had the window down. Put his hands on my door, and he told me, or he put one hand on the door, kind of leaning on it. And he told me, he said, "Mr. Stevens, I'm going to have to ask you to turn the car off, give me the keys, and step out of your vehicle." Next thing I know, I don't know what the look was on my face, but the next thing I know is he takes his hands off the car, he steps back, and he put his hands up and stepped back. I smashed on it. Right? I ended up I didn't know I was going to fucking get away. You know what I mean? Next thing I know, I took 9 of them over the, out toward Hillsboro over the pass.
Yeah.
Over the pass and out to Hillsboro. Yeah, I mean, they tried to spike strip me twice. One of them tried to pit maneuver me.
Oh, Jesus. Rear quarter panel.
65 miles an hour. 65 motherfucking miles an hour. I don't know what he was thinking. What the fuck himself. Yeah, sorry, Lord. he would have screwed himself up too. You know what I mean? Trying to pit maneuver somebody at 65, 70 miles an hour.
Yup.
And there was cars behind him in front of us and lots of lane. I slammed on the brakes when he did it, and he fucking just come swerving into my lane, almost like a log truck. I stepped on it, went back into the right lane around him. Anyways, fuck all that shit. It's not about my fucking awesome fucking criminal act. I
It's
got
about
away
the human
right
trafficking.
there. Right at that gas station, after you finally get out of the hills, that first gas station, I took a right and got off the 6 or whatever it is, and I got away. And you know, get out to Portland, get high finally. And about 8 hours later, 9 hours later, I get another high speed in Corvallis. I came down out of the mountains. I went back over to the coast in Lincoln City. A buddy of mine owed me $200. So I went to get that. I was going to leave state, and I ended up driving back over the mountains back into Tillamook. And when I only creeped down in there, I forgot to get gas in Lincoln City, and I was on E. Right, so I creep out of the hills, and I go down to Tillamook. 2 in the morning, one fucking car on the street. Cop. You know, get another high speed, only like a 10-minute, 15-minute high speed. And I wrecked my car in some farmer's yard right in front of it. And got away on foot. Me and my wife, I pulled her out of the car. Her door was face down to the ground, so I'd like open my door like a tank and pull her out. We got away on foot, and we hide in some, you know, they had 2 teams with dogs and shit. They were looking at different areas in the field, and you know, we could see everywhere they were shining the light. We just keep going further the other direction. You know what I mean? It's fucking cold, dude. It was cold. I think it was in March. And you know, we were sitting there for fucking hours, freezing. In the process, right when we got out of the car, where I wrecked at on the side of the road, we went through some sticker bushes. We had to climb a fence. You know what I mean? To get away. The whole, like, it was a long ass fence, but there was no way around it, trying to get away from the cop that was blowing up. But it was like a fence higher than that fence, right? And my wife, she was behind me, and I climbed up and over it. And by the time I get over it, the cops just get into my car, and he's on the mega horn thing or whatever, and he's like, get your hands up. Sound like fucking Batman. He had a sound effects. I didn't know it. They have sound effects. They can change their voice on them. It was fucking haunting. I will never forget the sound of it, dude. I'm Batman. Fucking weird, dude. Anyway, so I just remember hearing him yell, you know, and I spaced off my wife because of the sound effects. I was like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck? And he said it in my name. So, Stevens. You know what I mean? Like, Stevens. Like some weird fucking demonic fucking mega. Weird, bro. Anyway, so I start running. I'm already over the fence. My wife's just climbing it, and I'm running. I forgot about her. But she's all, baby. I come running back, and her foot got caught in the fence. And I'm pulling her. I end up pulling her up and over the fence. She loses her shoe, lands flat, higher than that fence. Lands flat on her stomach and face, bro. You know what I mean? It was like an 8-foot fence, bro. That's a big drop to land flat on your face and stomach. You know what I mean? I think it knocked the wind out of her, collapsed a lung, lost her eyeglasses and 1 shoe. It's wet. 2:30 in the morning, March. It's like probably 28 degrees, bro. I'm in short shoes. The shoe were wet. She, you know, got 1 shoe, no eyeglasses. The woman's eyeglasses are like this thick. You know what I mean? You can't see nothing. You know what I mean? All screwed off. The situation almost couldn't be any worse. And anyways, so we hid in that shed, bro. We're freezing for like 2 hours, man. And long story short, by the time we climb out of the shed, they're gone. So I went to find her a blanket, and all I could find, I was looking, was 2 vehicles in the driveway, nothing else around, nothing in the shed. And there was no blankets in the vehicle, no jackets, no sweatshirts. There was just keys and $80. So I took the truck, man. Had to get warm. And at the time, I was like, you know what? You know, I was listening to her breathe, and her lungs were like, dude, it sounded freaky, bro. Sound like she fucked something up, dude. I'm scared, man.
I've heard a collapsed lung before. Yeah.
I don't know how dangerous it is. Like,
It depends on if it was punctured or not, but it's
yeah,
pretty
I don't know.
dangerous.
I mean, she's fine now, obviously. But anyway, we're no longer together. But anyway, so we took the truck. Got caught 2 weeks later in Salinas, California, Monterey. They gave me a year on the truck. I did my time down there. They let me out. I think I still got a warrant down there. My PO, I've done time up here and been on probation up here and got off a few months ago. And my PO says she never sees it registered. But I do know they put me on a year probation down there, and I left the day they let me out. I got Greyhound back up here. Oregon wanted to get me on the truck across state lines. Right. I wasn't having it. So I told my wife, I was like, you know what, man? I said, you want to go to Phoenix? We were homeless out in Portland. This is, by the time we were leaving, and it actually, the case caught up with me where I found out they wanted me to do time on drug camp. It was November, right? So the weather in Portland, you can imagine right now, you know what I mean? The rain that's going to be next month, you know what I mean? And the coldness.
And the weird
cold
snow
here.
that's not actually snow, it's
Yeah.
just wetness.
Right. So it was freezing in Portland, bro. And we had warrants. And I said, you know what? We're out there for 2 weeks. I thought, you want to go to Phoenix? I said, I went on the run to Phoenix before. I said, a buddy of mine was from there. He took me to Phoenix, and I was on the run down there. I said, you know what, chick? I said, at nighttime it still gets cold in the desert. I said, but at daytime in January, I was in shorts and a t-shirt. And she said, yeah. We went down there, man. We found a trucker. First night we were in Phoenix, bro. 3 in the morning, we're gacked out on meth and looking for a place to sleep going down the Phoenix Canal. You know the LA River? I don't know if you've ever been to Phoenix. Phoenix Canal's kind of like that. It's a cement flood drain.
I've been to
thing.
Phoenix.
It's huge.
Yeah.
On the side of it, you know, it's got a little stream and a bike path on each side of it. You know what I mean? And we're walking down that, and the city blocks. The bike path down it is like the city blocks are a mile long. So like once you enter it, there's not many exits out of it. Once in a while there'd be one into a neighborhood or one into a school or some shit like that. Some of them don't have an exit. Call it the rabbit hole. Once you're in it, you know, if you're halfway down it, something happens.
You're screwed.
Walk it out, turn around and walk a half mile back or keep going.
They got one in Longmont that's similar, but it's smaller.
We were about 3/4. What'd you say, bro?
There's one in Longmont that's similar, but it's a lot smaller.
Right. Yeah, down south in them desert areas, California and Arizona and Tech, they all got those kind of canals. And anyways, so we're about 3/4 of a mile down it, you know, not far left to go. Maybe halfway, maybe somewhere in there. And these two dudes, this one dude's got his hand around some chick's throat, and he's got her pinned against the fence, and just blasted on her face, bro. There was another dude, he was talking her face out too, bro. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget what she looked like. She had so much blood on her face, bro. I have no fucking idea what color her skin was. I cannot tell you if she was white, black, or Hispanic, bro. I remember when she saw me, I remember all the blood and the whites of her eyes, because when she saw me, she went, you know what I mean, like I was gonna help. And she saw help, trying to yell help, you know what I mean? He's got his fucking man on her throat. And the other dude, he looked up and saw us, and he started running. The dude that had her pinned against the fence, he got his back to me and my wife. And he was so into blasting her face, bro, he never even knew that we walked by, stopped. I dropped my backpack. Me and my wife are arguing. You know, she's like, come on, let's go. I said, no, I gotta help her. She said, no, let's get out of here. I said, what if that was you? You would want someone to help you. She goes, what if something happens to you? I'm like, yeah. I was like, fuck, right? What are they doing looking after the bitch? And it's Phoenix, dude. It's not like it's somewhere, dude. I guarantee you, if somebody's doing that, he's got something like that. He got a 9mm and 22.
Yep.
You're not fucking around like that down there. Effing around, sorry, Lord. And, anyways, we start walking, you know, fast. You know, we're fucking walking. And, she yells help, man. She screams for help, dude. And it was blood curdling sound. You know, we're about a football field down. And the bike path has a bend in it, so if we look back, we can't see her anymore, right? And, you know, it's just, fuck, man. When we heard her yell, we started walking faster, you know what I mean? She yelled help one more time, dude. You know what I mean? like I said, the second one was just the same blood curdle. And the only difference was she's all, right? We're a football shoulder halfway, bro. The gurgle, we heard the gurgle silence out, and it's just fucking echoed through the fucking night, bro. You know what I mean? And dude, we both of us, the way it sounded, bro, so fucking haunting, bro. Hey, both of us, we didn't even look at each other. We paused, and we started walking even faster. You know what I mean? We didn't look at each other. We didn't say a word to each other. Me and my wife, we both knew what we heard. We weren't going to discuss it. We kept going. When we get out of the rabbit hole, we find this target, and I reported it to a fucking security guard there, right? Next thing I know, I shit you not, within 4 to 8 minutes, dude, there's like 15 to 35 cop cars everywhere. I mean, realistic. I'm being a realistic number. Like I say, 80,000 cops or 50. Realistically,
There was a lot of cops.
Dude, there had to been. I mean, at least 15, but I would say more like 35.
I got it recorded 7 cop cars just 3 blocks from here.
Yeah, right.
In Tillamook. So yeah, this is a small town. I believe there's more of them in Phoenix. But go ahead.
Dude, man, they patrol the streets with helicopters every half hour. I mean, I got pulled over by one in Tucson. They circle around, yell at you with a mega horn, spotlight you, and wait for a patrol car to get there. It's crazy.
So the cops fuck with you when they pulled over?
No, they harassed everybody, man. Everybody. Like, nobody was leaving the parking lot. They shut the shit down, right? But I actually ended up seeing one and told them that I'm the one that reported it. Because I was watching them look at the wrong fucking place, dude. You know what I mean? And I was worried about the shit. Man, she made eye contact with me. I still see her looking at me in my mind, bro. You know what I mean? I never forget it. You know what else I never forget? I looked it up the next day, and they never found her. I told them right where to go. There's no way you can miss it. You know, the target was right across the street from the entrance of the canal we just came out of. It was a quarter mile up. You know what I mean? There's no way. That trail, there's nothing, no turnoff, no nothing. They found the spot. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She was never found. You know what I mean? So choked out. You know, wanted her alive, wanted her dead, whatever they want to do with her, I don't know. But that's when I entered the world of human trafficking, my friend. You know?
My sister disappeared in 2012. We were able to find her. My best friend was killed in 2017. She went missing, and when we tried to find her, it turned out that she had paid a guy named Joseph Lopez to blow her brains out.
Wait, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
She paid a guy named Joseph Lopez to blow her brains out. It was a really fucked up situation. She was strung out on heroin and methamphetamines, and she went back to it.
Much use, you get fucking, hey, I've been getting to that point.
Drug-induced psychosis.
In the last couple of months, man. In fact, they found me dead in bed just last August, so a month and a week ago, August 21st. Weird enough, the anniversary of the total eclipse. That was weird to me. Especially considering what I believe the total eclipse to be and how I know that. Anyways, so yeah, it is a depressing drug, man. Too much use of that, man. And then getting off of it creates more depression in your mind for a few weeks. You know what I mean?
When you do something
There's
fucked up,
no joy in anything. It's chemical. It's a chemical imbalance in your brain. There's nothing you do about it. Like, there's no joy in anything. You want to kill yourself. It sucks, man. You can even know it and know that that's why you're depressed and down and out. Fuck, I forgot again. We're talking about it. I need to remember that one. I'm trying to get off it again.
well, Natalie Bollinger was my best friend. When she got shot in the head, it's because she went back to the people she was trying to get away from.
Yeah.
When you're strung out and, you know, you've got somebody who's good to you, but you've also got an addiction, and you know those people that you're getting your drugs from, they're not your friends.
Yeah.
But you also know they got the drugs, and you know that this hobo who ain't done nothing wrong but do what you ask,
Yeah.
you know ain't nobody going to give 2 shits about him, and you're not going to cut yourself off from your drug contacts.
Right.
So of course I ended up taking a whole raft of shit for a whole year before she got killed. And now I continue to take a raft of shit because they post up all over the internet all sorts of shit that ain't true. And I try explaining to them, you know what, I don't care what religion you are, profess by mouth. If you fucked up, admit you fucked up. Not only that, but when people's lives are at stake, admit
Yeah.
you fucked up now, not 6 years from now.
Yeah. Right. Thank you for that. I fucked up. In fact, I got a list of confessions. Can I tell them to you? Not right now, but maybe tomorrow.
You may,
Yeah.
but just keep in mind, I'm not a priest.
That's fine. You don't need a priest. He can't forgive me. Only Jesus Christ can.
Professing
I
by
just,
mouth
I
is
just have to
important,
believe
though.
His word, confess it by mouth. You know what I mean? And believe His word, and He is who He says He is.
I believe wholeheartedly in repenting. There's people that I've wronged, and I do actual
Me
repentance,
too, a lot, bro.
which is
Every day.
completely different
And
from the
and
evangelical
I have
version.
wronged the grace of giving me, because He called my name out. It says it in Revelations. I can witness to you, and I'm not going to lie. After I said that prayer, things that happened to me in prison, when I transferred prisons, bro, first of all, there's a lot. I'm not telling you about the visions or anything tonight, bro. But one of the testimonies, it says in Revelations, He will call His chosen out by name. I don't know why, bro. I don't know why me. I have no clue. There's nothing special about me with my eyes besides I can witness that I said a prayer and it got answered. You know what I mean? I can tell you the rest of it tomorrow if you'd like to hear. If you don't, I don't want to waste my time on it. You know what I mean? If you're not into it, then that's fine. Do whatever you do.
Whether I want to hear it or not, it's worth hearing.
Huh? I got a good story. It's wild. I got a wild testimony.
So's mine.
Yeah, I'd like to hear yours too. I'd like to hear all about it. Yeah, I'd love to hang out with you tomorrow. I hope you don't, have too much anxiety. But I am real tired tonight, bro.
Me too. I'm gonna drive over there and pass out.
I don't know why people don't like your company. I do. You know what I mean?
Because
I
Natalie
appreciate
Bollinger got killed,
What?
it was painted up as if I was some sort of super psycho serial killer rapist. And everywhere I go, I have to deal with people threatening my life and assaulting me over shit like that. Now, they don't bother to go find out who it is that actually killed her.
You know
That
what?
guy, Wolnez, was assaulting me
There's
and
no
accusing me of
coincidence in
killing
us meeting
somebody.
each other. You're probably chosen, bro. They know. Some of them know. They've been keeping track of bloodlines and family names right there.
Well, they've been
God
choosing me
bless-
for ass
God
whoopings.
bless the bloodline. They know who they want to keep separated, bro.
So, because I'm of the house of
Tomorrow, I
David?
would like to hear the rest of your story and the rest of that. I really
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Hey, nice meeting you. What's your name again?
It's Sean.
Sean? Sean.
Yes, sir.
Sean. All right. Yeah. God bless you in Jesus' name, bro. I hope you stay open-minded to. I didn't know either. I had a lot of questions. If God was real, why this? He showed me. You know what I mean? Like, and I understand it. I get it. It makes sense now. It did not. But anyways, God bless you, bro. You have a good night.
I absolutely will. Thank you.
These people, go ahead and close your door. These people make fun of you, bro. They're gonna hate you when you're succeeding and have a Cadillac and a mansion. They're gonna hate you when you're down. If you're doing better than them, they're gonna be jealous and hate you for that. When you're doing shittier than them, they have an excuse to make fun of you and look better in front of their crowd. You know what I mean? It
I just
doesn't
want to live
matter.
in a hobbit hole and
It
clean my
doesn't
friends'
matter.
toilets.
They're always gonna hate. People are always gonna judge and hate, bro. They need to do it. It gives them satisfaction because they don't want their shit on blast, bro. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
anyway, have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Hurt or all kinds of reasons. Have a good night. Stay open-minded.
Yes, sir. No other way to be.
Make sure I didn't drop nothing out of my pocket.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's get all this stuff plugged in where it needs to be. Make a video tonight. Trying this one. See how much I got. 32% still. That's pretty all right. I don't know how much power this thing's got. Not much. And this phone is at 55%, so that's pretty alright. Now, like I said, just don't make them a bad person. Just because somebody don't do drugs doesn't mean they're a good person. Just because somebody's homeless doesn't mean they're on drugs. Just because somebody in a house don't mean they're sober. Some of these people are straight up world-class pieces of shit. But most of them didn't choose it. For a lot of these folks out here strung out on the fentanyl, they didn't start off on the fentanyl. They started off on something else. And fentanyl was given to them so that it could help them to stop. Maybe if they give them enough of that fentanyl, it'll help them to get off the heroin or the meth or whatever the hell else they might even happen to be on. Fentanyl wasn't created as a street drug. It was created to help people get off of street drugs. The problem is the fentanyl is more lethal than the street drugs it was meant to get people off of. Anyway, I'm over by the library thing for turning in the cans. I believe it opens at 8 o'clock. So I should be able to run up and take care of the cans at around 8. Hopefully get that done before 9 o'clock. That way I can help out. Oh shit, I forgot his name. Fuck. God, I fucking suck at names. Cops prey on fear. They prey on terror. And cops are lucky that people don't fight back. All cops are lucky that the majority of us don't fight back. Hope. That's what keeps us alive. Cops take away all our hope. They railroad us for being broke because we're easy to victimize. Every officer that you have ever met will have no problems running over a homeless person in the courts or otherwise in order to enhance his prestige. Also, I've never met an honest cop. I need to repark. That'll drive a man to drinking. Just want to make sure that I leave room for somebody to park next to me and not have to do the little shimmy to get out of their fucking car. Alright, that's acceptable. close to 3 a.m. here. I do have a video I'd like to make before the night's over. Especially since I've had my other phone sitting on the video I wanted to play for a while. There's also another one I wanted to post up about what's going on in Ukraine and a little bit about what's going on with Hamas and what it means for us. We don't need to worry too much about Hamas itself. We need to worry about what this situation actually means on a world scale. Whose side is China on? See, just as the Russians need American components in order to make a lot of their machines work, Americans are nearly entirely dependent upon the Chinese to be able to make those chips to begin with. Americans were world leaders in being able to extract a lot of different chemicals out of the earth. Things that were very difficult to extract from the earth. Now we had 17 different companies, major companies, that all went under in 1996. All 17 of them major mining corporations. See, in 1996, the United States made a lot of decisions that did not affect the rest of us in a positive way. The companies that we, as Americans, that our government promises a certain amount of money to for certain goods and services. Well, our government, among all the governments in the world, is one of the most notorious for not paying up. The United States government says, hey, we want you to build an AH-56 Cheyenne. You build the Cheyenne helicopter. It's best in the world. The AH-56 Cheyenne helicopter would have been the greatest attack helicopter. To this day, there would be no attack helicopter that could match. There is literally nothing in the attack helicopter category that comes anywhere near what the AH-56 Cheyenne was capable of. I'm sure there was a moral to that story, but I'm fucking tired as hell and I want to get some sleep. For me, you can go through my channel and see very often I'll be in the middle of sleeping or getting ready to go to bed and somebody will come up on my window and start beating on it. Hey man, you in there? Yeah, I'm in here. What do you need? Holy hell, there's a lot of stuff on my feet. And of course, my car smells like beer because I got a bunch of beer cans in here. I haven't seen Alexander in a few days. Oddly, I haven't seen him doing his can runs in a really long time. So I do worry about him when I don't see him doing his can runs. Now, ever since he went up the mountains with me and he was way too fucked up to even realize what was going on most of the time, he's been trying to avoid me, which is pretty easy to tell. When somebody comes and sees you every day, and then there's a fucked up situation like that, and they don't come by anymore, you know they can tell they fucked up. They're already aware. Now what am I going to do? Am I going to hate Alexander? No, I can't. Not sure how many of y'all pay attention to my story, but I quit drinking at 21 because it was no longer fun. However, that's not to say I was just able to quit cold turkey. I had to listen to a bunch of goddamn whiners at an AA meeting and go, Jesus fucking Christ. These goddamn wine tits destroyed a bunch of people's lives and they want fucking sympathy for it. If I ever drink again, I'll come back to one of these goddamn pussy meetings. I haven't been back to one of the meetings. I'll take sobriety, homie. Also, a lot of y'all want to talk trash on me about how much I supposedly hate the junkies. Oh, I can hate what they do. And I do. But there's a difference between hating what somebody did and hating that person themselves. I never hated Natalie Bollinger. I hated the fact that she lied to people and they hurt me over it. I never hated Alicia Bollinger. I hated the fact that she lied to people and they hurt me over it. Same thing with Maddie Boa. A lot of people fucking lied to me or about me. That don't make me the devil. Alright, we're gonna end this video. I'll probably have to put a title to it. Likely something about repenting. Yeah, I like that feller a lot more than any preacher I ever met. Well, I take that back. There's a black preacher at the Foursquare Church in Tacoma, Washington that I went to. He didn't do the Foursquare thing. If you guys have ever been Foursquare churchers, you know the difference between a place like that and what you're told about Lutherans or what you're told about Baptists. But really, this guy did things completely different than anyone I'd ever known had done. What he'd do is, from the moment he got up to the podium, he'd open up the book. He would start reading where he stopped reading the week before. He would read for a full hour. He didn't reinterpret anything. He didn't stop in the middle of the scripture to tell us all how we need to interpret it. Oh, he just read the book. That's all he did. Anyway, good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and your sister's keeper too. And no victim left behind.